Now, the US and Saudi Arabia have announced Sudan's two warring factions have agreed to start preliminary talks in Jeddah in the coming hours. Washington and Riyadh calling on the Sudanese armed forces and its rival, the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, to, quote, actively engage in the talks towards a ceasefire and end to the conflict. Now, the violence has killed hundreds of people and injured thousands more. A senior medical employee at a hospital in Khartoum state tells CNN the paramilitary RSF is trying to take control of hospitals to use them as bases of operation and to shield their forces from airstrikes. They've already reportedly seized the largest maternity hospital in the country. The United Nations says more than 120,000 people have fled Sudan since fighting erupted in mid-April. The UN's refugee agency urging neighbouring countries to keep borders open for civilians fleeing the violence. Kenya's president called for an immediate end to the fighting during a meeting with the German Chancellor. William Ruto is urging the West to help bring an end to the violence.
I urged Chancellor Scholz to use his voice and Germany's influence in various platforms, including the EU, the G7, G20, and the UN, to focus global attention on the forgotten conflicts in Africa in general and especially in the Horn of Africa.
Several Red Cross planes arrived in Sudan on Friday carrying desperately needed food and medical supplies. The conflict has triggered a humanitarian crisis with relief groups appealing for immediate aid.